The Genius Stereotype. When you hear the phrase extremely high IQ, what image comes to mind? You probably picture a socially awkward genius writing complex math equations on a glass window, processing data like a supercomputer. We are taught that high intelligence is loud, that it's about knowing all the answers, solving puzzles in seconds, and dominating every room you walk into. But true cognitive brilliance is actually very quiet. An exceptionally high IQ isn't just about raw processing power. It is an entirely different operating system for navigating reality. It is a specific set of quiet habits that dictate how a person handles uncertainty, ego, and the overwhelming noise of the modern world. Today, we are going to look at 10 tiny, invisible habits of people with highly advanced minds. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to be a born genius to adopt them. The power of I don't know and self-talk. The first habit is intellectual humility. The default phrase of a highly intelligent person is, I don't know enough about this to have an opinion. We live in a world where everyone wants to seem like an expert, but the smartest person in the room is rarely the one talking the loudest. They are the ones listening. They view their own ignorance not as a weakness to hide, but as a blank canvas to fill. Because the moment you admit you know everything, your brain stops growing. The second habit seems like a contradiction. They talk to themselves, a lot. If you catch someone whispering to themselves while pacing around a room, society might call them crazy, but neuroscience calls it cognitive organization. A high IQ brain is often flooded with chaotic, multi-layered thoughts. Speaking out loud is a physical tool. It forces a massive web of abstract ideas into a linear, logical sentence. They aren't talking to ghosts. They are debugging their own minds. Habit 3 and 4, embracing boredom and second-order thinking. Habit number 3 is the intentional embrace of boredom. Most people are terrified of being understimulated. We pull out our phones the second we have to wait in line. But highly intelligent people protect their idle time. They understand that the brain's default mode network, the system responsible for deep creativity and problem solving, only activates when you are doing absolutely nothing. If you never let yourself be bored, you will never have an original thought. This leads directly to habit number 4, second-order thinking. When making a decision, an average brain asks, what are the immediate consequences? But a high IQ brain automatically asks, what are the consequences of those consequences? If I eat this fast food, I feel good now. That's first order. Second order is the sluggishness tomorrow. Third order is the long-term health decline. They don't just see the move, they see the entire chessboard. Habit 5 and 6, killing the ego and steel manning. The fifth habit is perhaps the hardest for a normal ego to accept. They love being proven wrong. For most people, a belief is a part of their identity. If you attack their opinion, they feel personally attacked. Highly intelligent people have completely detached their ego from their ideas. They treat their beliefs like temporary software updates. If you present them with better data, they don't get angry, they simply upgrade. They would rather be uncomfortable and right than comfortable and wrong. And because of this, they practice habit number 6, steel manning. You have probably heard of a straw man argument, making your opponent's side look weak so you can easily defeat it. Intelligent people do the exact opposite. Before they argue with you, they will build a steel man of your point. They will articulate your argument even better than you can. Only when they fully, deeply understand why you believe what you believe will they begin to deconstruct it. Habit 7 and 8, the rabbit hole and dark humor. Habit number 7 is an absolute obsession with the rabbit hole. A high IQ mind is fiercely curious. They don't just read the headline, they read the study. They don't just learn how a watch works, they spend 6 hours on a Tuesday night researching the history of 16th century Swiss gears. They follow their curiosity to its absolute limit, not because it's useful for their job, but simply because the unknown is an itch they have to scratch. And this complex processing power leads to habit number 8, an appreciation for dark, sarcastic humor. Studies consistently show that people who enjoy dark humor score higher on intelligence tests. Why? Because understanding a dark or sarcastic joke requires your brain to hold two conflicting ideas at the exact same time. It requires emotional regulation, pattern recognition, and the ability to find absurdity in the tragedy of the human condition. Habit 9 and 10, solitude and connecting the unconnected. Habit number 9 is thriving in solitude. While social connection is important for everyone, highly intelligent people often require large amounts of time completely alone. They don't need the constant validation of a crowd to feel secure. In fact, large social gatherings often feel like a distraction from their inner world. They find peace in their own company, creating a futuristic kind of solitude where their best ideas are born. And finally, habit number 10, seeing the invisible threads. Steve Jobs once said, "Creativity is just connecting things." People with extremely high IQs see patterns where the rest of the world sees randomness. Because they have collected so much random knowledge from their rabbit holes, they can connect an idea from biology to a problem in business. They can blend art with engineering. They see the underlying rhythm of the universe. Intelligence is not a number on a piece of paper. It is a way of moving through the world with deep curiosity, quiet humility, and an open mind. If you want to continue feeding your mind and building a calmer, sharper perspective, hit subscribe. We are building a space for deep thinkers. Until next time, keep questioning everything and enjoy the quiet moments.